University Gym. Welcome to Inside IU Volleyball with Sherry Dunbar. I'm Dave Leno exclusively for IUHoosiers.com. This past weekend, boy, it was fantastic for the IU Volleyball program. The Hoosiers defeated Ohio State first, and on Saturday night, topped Penn State for the first time in school history. First coach, fantastic crowds coming out to the gym.
Yeah, we thought this would be a great place to shoot our show this week and show, obviously, what we do every day in practice. We have 4 courts available to us and lots of coaches and practice players, so we're able to get a lot done. But this was a great venue, and it has been all year for us. This is our best crowds by far since I've been coaching here in the 4th season. And standing room only. I think we had 2,300 for Purdue, 1,400 for Ohio State, and almost 1,800 for Penn State, and it made a huge difference.
The Penn State match was certainly thrilling, but let's first start with Ohio State. Terrific defensive play in that matchup. You really thwarted the attacks of Anna Sharshin and Danks and company, and it seemed like they just couldn't find the range out there.
Well, you know, I told you we focused on it all week. Defensive, team defense and individual defense. And I thought we did a really good job with our block, and I thought we were very disciplined on defense, and we were able to transition out and get some big swings against them.
Okay, now to Penn State. Boy, the first time in 40 attempts, first time in school history, defeat Russ Rose's squad. They won the title 07, 08, and last year. Also, you date back to 1999 as well. 13 Big Ten titles. We know all the accolades from Penn State, but you told the girls, and we'll say it again, that, hey, you got to believe in yourself, you got to believe in this program, and you definitely need the confidence to top them, and that's exactly what you accomplished.
Yeah, we've been talking about that a lot, just believing in the identity of what we've created here and individually, and I think they really put that together. And it's nice to see, you know, when you start off 0-4 after having such a positive start, and you wonder how your team is going to react and how they're going to stop the bleeding, or if they are going to stop the bleeding. It's just as easy to end up 0-6 instead of 2-4. So I was just really proud of the resilience and the competitive nature they had, how focused they were, and they were just determined to get wins, and no better place to do that than University Gym.
Now, Blair Brown and Ariel Wilson definitely got their attacks out there. You saw some different combinations, no more Megan Hodge and Alicia Glass aren't there. Carpenter's now the new setter. Deja McClendon, a freshman. But this Penn State team, we should still show them some respect. They're still going to be up there in the rankings, too.
Penn State's earned the respect, and they're going to have a great season. They have a lot of great attackers and defensive players, and they'll get it together. I mean, I have no doubt in my mind that they've done it for years, and Russ is one of the best coaches in the game today. And I think he'll get things turned around, but and it's not like they're having this horrible season or anything, you know. I mean, it's just they're being challenged, and the Big Ten is so incredibly tough that everyone is going to face that on a week in out basis.
Previous to the IU match, Penn State did lose to Purdue, and that was the first time they got swept in a weekend since 2002. But before we go to break, I want to talk one more thing about your squad in particular. Jordan Haverly, exceptional work by her. She earned co-Big Ten Player of the Week with Lexi Zimmerman of Michigan. She culminated that Penn State match with a kill down the line that Blair Brown couldn't handle.
Yeah, I thought Jordan had a great weekend. I texted her the other night, and I said it wasn't as much about her play as it was her demeanor on the court. I felt like she was just very calm and very confident all weekend, and really came up with some huge swings, but not just huge swings. She passed well, she played good defense, and she was a good leader on the floor.
After this, Kyle Kuhlman will chat with Jordan Haverly and Ivie Obeime. Stay with us.
Welcome back to Inside IU Volleyball with Coach Sherry Dunbar. We're joined now by sophomore outside hitters Ivie Obeime and Jordan Haverly. Ladies, first of all, thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
All right, first question for you two is, 2 big victories, Penn State, Ohio State at University Gym this weekend. What was the difference in the team's performance?
I think we just played together really well, and we communicated, and we just had fun and worked hard, and it just allowed us to play to our potential, so it went well.
I think that we finally used what we learned in practice and transferred it over to working hard during the games also.
And Jordan, you were named, Big Ten Player of the Week, Co-Player of the Week with Lexi Zimmerman of Michigan. What does it mean to you to get that recognition from the conference?
It means a lot to know that they're paying attention to everything, and it just makes me proud for our program, and so makes me happy that I can help everybody on the team.
And I have another big difference with a fellow Brebeuf Jesuit graduate, Fred Glass, the athletic director here. He gives a lot of support to the volleyball program. You saw earlier in the year he was on the bench for the Purdue match, and he really cares about this program. Talk about what that means to you guys to have the support of the top guy.
It means a lot because he runs our athletic department, and he keeps us at the top of his list a lot. And just to have the support and have him help us all out throughout the year makes a big difference. Thanks, Fred.
Thank you, ladies, for joining us, and it's back to you, Dave, inside the gym.
Bye.
Welcome back to University Gym with Sherry Dunbar, Dave Leno on hand. First up, the Hoosiers will travel to Wisconsin to take on the Badgers, who started off pretty hot on the 2010 season. They were undefeated in non-conference play, but during the Big Ten season, it's a totally different story. However, having said that, still a pretty good team and some tough competition.
I still think, after watching a lot of film of them and seeing them on TV a couple of times, I still think they're the best Wisconsin team I've seen since I've been here. And at some point, they're going to get it together. I mean, they went 11-0 in the non-conference schedule, and they've lost some big five-setters here in Big Ten play. And they're playing at home, so they're going to be very tough. So we're going to have to be very prepared to play them. And then turn around and play the number 6 team in the country in Illinois at their place, which is one of the toughest places to play in the Big Ten. So we got our work cut out for us, but it's a lot nicer to go into that weekend after playing well, not just getting 2 wins, but playing well. And I think we're going to have a really productive week of practice.
Illinois has got DeBruller back. Also, there's Barch up there. And also a lot of other attackers down there. But this kind of is a team that's almost like Penn State with the way they hit the ball.
Yeah, they're a great team. I mean, and I really like their blocking. We took a lot of notes on how they did swing blocking and have changed some of our tactics on our side. And Kevin Haverly does a very good job. And they're an experienced team that does a very good job in all facets of the game. So we're going to have to be ready for a lot of different things, but we're going to focus on Wisconsin first and really try to get a win there, and then turn around and try to play really, really well at Illinois.
What has practice been like this week? Because you almost went from the lowest of lows when you were at 0-4 to the highest of highs after beating Ohio State and Penn State. So how do you keep the girls' emotions in check after a great weekend?
Well, they did come into practice and they were a little giddy, which they should be. I mean, after having 2 big wins. But I told them, right before practice, you don't get bonus points next weekend for getting those 2 wins or beating Penn State. And in turn, I think a lot of teams are even going to be more prepared to play us because they see, Indiana's playing better. We got to be really ready to go. So I told them, I said, it's really about what you do with those 2 wins that are going to make the biggest difference for the next weekend.
That's going to do it for this edition of Inside IU Volleyball with Sherry Dunbar. On behalf of Coach Kyle Coleman, Jordan Haverly, and Ivie Obeime, I'm Dave Leno. Best wishes, everyone.